Walking into the boardroom of Zenith Marketing Solutions 5 years after my ex-boyfriend Daniel had laughed in my face about losing my job, I watched his expression transform from confident authority to absolute shock as I introduced myself as the company's new majority shareholder and his direct supervisor. The man who had once told me I would never amount to anything without his connections was about to discover that the woman he had dismissed as a failure had not only rebuilt her career, but had strategically positioned herself to acquire his entire company and reshape his professional destiny. Before we jump back in, tell us where you're tuning from, and if this story touches you, make sure you're subscribed, because tomorrow I've saved something extra special for you. Sofia Martinez had always possessed an entrepreneurial spirit that set her apart from her peers in the competitive landscape of Boston's marketing industry. At 28, she held the position of Senior Creative Director at Pinnacle Advertising Group, one of New England's most prestigious marketing firms. Her corner office on the 35th floor overlooked Boston Harbor, providing daily inspiration as she developed campaigns that consistently exceeded client expectations and generated industry recognition for innovative strategic thinking. Sofia's professional success represented the culmination of years of dedicated preparation and strategic career development. Her MBA from Harvard Business School had provided theoretical foundations, but her natural ability to understand consumer psychology and market dynamics had distinguished her as one of Boston's most promising marketing executives. Industry publications regularly featured her campaigns as examples of creative excellence that achieved measurable business results for clients, ranging from technology startups to established financial services companies. The path to her professional achievements had required overcoming significant obstacles that made her success particularly meaningful. Sofia came from a working-class family in Providence, Rhode Island, where her parents, Maria and Roberto Martinez, had operated a small restaurant that provided modest income but tremendous work ethic and business instinct. Their investment in Sofia's education represented years of sacrifice and their unwavering belief that excellence and determination would create opportunities that had been unavailable to their generation. Harvard Business School had opened doors that seemed impossible during Sofia's childhood, connecting her with networks of influence and providing access to career opportunities that transformed her family's economic circumstances. Her academic performance had been outstanding, earning recognition from professors who predicted significant achievements in whatever field she chose to pursue. The combination of analytical rigor and creative intuition that characterized her approach to marketing strategy had impressed recruiters from top firms competing for the most promising graduates. Pinnacle Advertising Group had recruited Sofia during her final semester, offering a starting position that exceeded her most optimistic salary expectations. The firm's founder, Margaret Chen, personally interviewed Sofia and recognized potential for leadership that extended beyond typical creative roles. Margaret envisioned Sofia eventually leading the firm's strategic planning division, a position that would require combining creative vision with business acumen and client relationship management. Sofia's early years at Pinnacle were characterized by consistent achievement that validated every investment her parents had made in her education and every hour she had dedicated to developing her professional capability. Her client portfolio grew from small local businesses to major regional accounts, generating revenue that consistently exceeded projections, while building her reputation as someone who could deliver results under any circumstance. The recognition that followed included industry awards, speaking invitations, and recruitment approaches from competitors seeking to acquire her talent. The personal satisfaction of professional success was enhanced by Sofia's relationship with Daniel Harrison, whom she had met during a collaborative project between their respective firms. Daniel worked as account manager at Zenith Marketing Solutions, a mid-sized firm that specialized in technology sector clients. Their relationship had developed naturally through professional interactions that revealed shared interests in marketing strategy and mutual respect for each other's capabilities and ambition. Daniel presented himself as supportive of Sofia's career ambitions while building his own reputation within Boston's marketing community. He frequently attended industry events with Sofia, introducing her to his professional contacts and appearing to celebrate her achievement. Their relationship seemed to represent the ideal partnership between two driven professionals who understood the demands of building successful careers in a competitive industry. The couple's social circle included other young professionals who were establishing themselves in various sectors throughout Boston's business community. Their shared apartment in Back Bay reflected their combined professional success, furnished with the kind of sophisticated pieces that demonstrated their rising status within the city's professional hierarchy. Weekend activities included networking events, industry conferences, and social gatherings that reinforced their position within Boston's marketing community. Sophia's confidence in her professional trajectory and personal relationship created a sense of security that made the subsequent events even more devastating. She had built what appeared to be a stable foundation for continued growth and success, with clear advancement opportunities at Pinnacle and a supportive partner who seemed committed to their shared future. The achievements she had earned through years of dedicated effort seemed permanent and well-deserved based on her proven capabilities and consistent performance. The 2020 economic disruption created unprecedented challenges for marketing firms that had built their business models around traditional client relationships and established industry practices. The sudden shift to remote work, combined with widespread business closures and economic uncertainty, forced companies to drastically reduce marketing expenditures and reevaluate their strategic priorities. Firms that had seemed financially stable suddenly faced existential threats as revenue streams evaporated overnight. Pinnacle Advertising Group had built its reputation on providing comprehensive marketing services that included substantial in-person components, such as event management, retail activation campaigns, and face-to-face client meetings. The firm's largest clients were retail companies and hospitality businesses that were among the sectors most severely impacted by economic shutdowns and social distancing requirements. Within 6 weeks, Pinnacle lost 60% of its revenue as clients canceled campaigns, postponed projects, and terminated contracts to preserve cash flow during uncertain times. Sophia watched in horror as the firm that had provided her professional identity and financial security began systematic layoffs that eliminated positions throughout the organization. Her own role as senior creative director required managing teams and budgets that no longer existed as projects were canceled and staff members were terminated. The creative campaigns that had defined her success became impossible to execute as clients shifted their focus from growth initiatives to survival strategies. Margaret Chen faced impossible decisions about which employees to retain during the firm's downsizing effort. Despite Sophia's strong performance and leadership capabilities, her senior position and corresponding salary made her an expensive resource during a period when the firm needed to minimize costs and maximize flexibility. The decision to terminate Sophia was presented as a temporary necessity based on economic circumstances rather than performance concerns, but the impact on her career and confidence was devastating nonetheless. The termination meeting occurred on a Thursday afternoon in March, conducted via video conference due to social distancing requirements that added surreal elements to an already traumatic experience. Margaret expressed genuine regret about the decision while explaining the economic realities that made Sophia's position financially unsustainable during the crisis. The severance package was generous by industry standards but insufficient to maintain Sophia's lifestyle and financial obligations for an extended period. Sophia's immediate reaction was shock rather than anger as she struggled to process how quickly her established career had been eliminated by circumstances completely beyond her control. The professional identity that had taken years to build was destroyed within a 30-minute video call that left her unemployed and uncertain about her future prospects in an industry that was contracting rapidly. The achievements that had seemed so significant and permanent were revealed to be vulnerable to external forces that no amount of competence or preparation could prevent. The psychological impact was profound for someone whose self-worth had become closely tied to professional achievement and recognition. Sophia had spent years believing that excellence and hard work guaranteed career security, an assumption that was shattered by the realization that external economic forces could override individual performance and strategic positioning. The loss of her position represented not just financial hardship but an identity crisis that challenged her fundamental beliefs about meritocracy and personal control over professional destiny. Daniel's response to Sophia's job loss revealed character traits that had been hidden during their relationship's more prosperous period. Rather than offering support and encouragement during her professional crisis, Daniel became increasingly distant and critical, suggesting that Sophia's termination reflected personal inadequacies rather than economic circumstances beyond her control. His reaction demonstrated that his apparent support for her career had been conditional on her continued success and status within the industry. The conversation that ended their relationship occurred 3 weeks after Sophia's termination during what she had expected to be a supportive discussion about their shared financial planning during her unemployment period. Daniel had requested the meeting ostensibly to discuss practical matters such as apartment expenses and lifestyle adjustments, but his actual purpose was to distance himself from what he perceived as Sophia's declining professional value and social status. Daniel's criticism began with seemingly reasonable concerns about Sophia's job search strategy and timeline for finding new employment. However, his comments quickly revealed deeper contempt for her circumstances and dismissive attitudes toward her capabilities that had apparently existed throughout their relationship but had been concealed while she maintained professional success. He questioned her qualifications, criticized her industry connections, and suggested that her termination indicated fundamental weaknesses in her professional approach. The most devastating moment came when Daniel explicitly stated his belief that Sophia's career prospects were permanently damaged and that her previous success had been largely attributable to favorable market conditions rather than genuine competence. He expressed doubt about her ability to rebuild her career and suggested that she should consider alternative industries where her limitations would be less apparent to potential employers. The psychological manipulation was designed to undermine her confidence while justifying his decision to abandon their relationship during her most vulnerable period. Daniel's final words during their breakup conversation became permanently etched in Sophia's memory due to their calculated cruelty and dismissive tone. He told her that she had been fooling herself about her capabilities and that losing her job had simply revealed what he had always suspected about her professional limitation. He predicted that she would struggle to find comparable employment and suggested that she had been lucky rather than skilled during her successful years at Pinnacle. The breakup was presented as Daniel's practical response to changed circumstances rather than an emotional decision, making his abandonment feel even more calculated and devastating. He explained that he needed to focus on his own career advancement and could not afford to be associated with someone whose professional reputation had been damaged. The message was clear that Sophia's value as a partner had been entirely dependent on her professional status and that her personal qualities were insufficient to maintain his interest during challenging times. The emotional impact of Daniel's betrayal was compounded by the timing, occurring when Sophia was already struggling with professional identity loss and financial uncertainty. His criticism attacked her most vulnerable psychological areas while eliminating the emotional support system she had counted on during the crisis. The relationship that had seemed like a source of stability and partnership was revealed to be conditional and superficial based on mutual professional advancement rather than genuine emotional connection. Sophia's discovery that Daniel had been sharing details of her job loss and financial difficulties with their mutual professional contacts created additional humiliation that extended beyond their personal relationship. Industry colleagues who had previously treated her with professional respect began responding to her networking efforts with polite distance that suggested they had been influenced by Daniel's narrative about her circumstances and capability. The social and professional isolation that resulted from his gossip created additional obstacles to her career recovery efforts. Preparing and narrating this story took us a lot of time, so if you are enjoying it, subscribe to our channel. It means a lot to us. Now back to the story. The job search that followed Sophia's termination became an exercise in systematic frustration that gradually eroded her confidence in her own abilities and market value. The marketing industry's widespread contraction meant that hundreds of qualified professionals were competing for the few available positions, creating market conditions that favored employers and enabled discrimination against candidates who were currently unemployed. Sophia discovered that her previous success at Pinnacle was less transferable than she had assumed when market dynamics shifted dramatically. Interviews that should have been straightforward based on Sophia's credentials became interrogations about her role in Pinnacle's financial difficulties and her responsibility for client relationships that had been terminated during the economic crisis. Potential employers expressed concern about her ability to maintain client confidence during challenging periods and questioned whether her previous success had been dependent on favorable market conditions rather than genuine strategic capability. The narrative that Daniel had promoted about her limitations began appearing in employer feedback that suggested industry gossip was influencing hiring decisions. Rejection letters consistently praised Sophia's qualifications while citing cultural fit concerns or budget constraints that prevented hiring someone with her salary expectation. The firms that did express genuine interest offered positions significantly below her previous role's authority and compensation level, creating financial pressures that would force lifestyle changes and career regression. The message was clear that her previous professional status had been permanently damaged and that rebuilding would require accepting substantial setbacks. 3 months of unsuccessful job searching depleted Sophia's savings and forced her to consider employment opportunities outside the marketing industry. Positions in related fields, such as corporate communications and business development, required different skill sets and offered lower compensation than her previous role. The prospect of career change represented not just financial hardship but acknowledgement that her specialized expertise in marketing strategy might not be as valuable or transferable as she had believed. The psychological toll of prolonged unemployment was particularly severe for someone whose identity had been closely tied to professional achievement and industry recognition. Sophia experienced depression and anxiety that made job searching more difficult while creating emotional barriers to effective networking and interviewing. The confidence that had characterized her previous career interactions was replaced by defensive uncertainty that potential employers recognized and interpreted as evidence of diminished capability. Networking events that had previously been sources of professional opportunity became exercises in social awkwardness as Sophia encountered colleagues who were aware of her circumstances but uncertain how to respond supportively. The industry relationships that had seemed valuable during her successful period proved to be largely superficial, based on mutual professional advancement rather than genuine personal connection. Former colleagues expressed sympathy but avoided deeper engagement that might associate them with someone whose career was struggling. Financial pressures forced Sophia to consider freelance consulting work that provided irregular income but no benefits or career advancement opportunity. The clients available for freelance projects were typically small businesses with limited budgets that could not afford the comprehensive strategic planning services where Sophia's expertise was most valuable. The work was often routine and unchallenging, requiring her to accept compensation that reflected her current market position rather than her proven capability. 6 months after her termination from Pinnacle, Sophia faced the reality that her career in marketing might be permanently damaged and that her previous lifestyle and professional aspirations might be impossible to recover. The apartment she had shared with Daniel became financially unsustainable, forcing her to move to a modest studio in a less desirable neighborhood that reflected her changed economic circumstances. The future that had seemed so promising and secure had evaporated, leaving her with skills that apparently no one valued and experience that had become a liability rather than an asset. The final rejection letter arrived from Zenith Marketing Solutions, the firm where Daniel worked, on a rainy Tuesday morning in October. The letter was professionally worded but contained subtle elements that suggested Daniel's influence in the hiring decision. The position had been described as perfect for someone with Sophia's background, but the rejection cited concerns about team dynamics and cultural alignment that seemed designed to be untraceable to specific discriminatory practices, while clearly indicating that her application had been sabotaged. Reading the rejection letter while sitting in her cramped studio apartment, surrounded by the modest furnishings that reflected her reduced circumstances, Sophia experienced a moment of clarity that would define the remainder of her career. The systematic humiliation she had endured for 6 months crystallized into determination to prove wrong everyone who had underestimated her capabilities and written off her potential for recovery. The woman who had been dismissed as professionally finished was about to begin the most important strategic planning project of her life. Sophia spent that entire day walking through downtown Boston, observing the marketing firms and business districts where she had once held meetings and celebrated professional victory. The city that had represented opportunity and achievement now felt like a challenge to be conquered rather than a landscape of defeat. Every familiar landmark reminded her of capabilities that remained intact despite her changed circumstances, and strategic thinking skills that could be applied to her own career recovery with the same methodical approach that had made her successful at Pinnacle. The decision to start her own consulting consulting practice was born from necessity rather than entrepreneurial ambition, but it represented the beginning of Sophia's transformation from unemployed job seeker to strategic business owner. The consulting work would provide immediate income while creating opportunities to rebuild her professional reputation and demonstrate her capabilities to potential clients who would judge her based on results rather than industry gossip or employment status. Sophia's initial consulting clients were small businesses and startups that could not afford the comprehensive marketing services provided by established firms but needed strategic guidance that her experience could provide effectively. The work was challenging because these clients typically had limited budgets and unrealistic expectations, requiring Sophia to deliver maximum value with minimal resources, while proving her worth in every engagement. However, the consulting practice also provided freedom from corporate politics and opportunities to apply her strategic thinking without interference from supervisors or colleagues. The first year of consulting was financially difficult but professionally rewarding as Sophia rediscovered the entrepreneurial instincts that had driven her academic and early career success. She developed systematic approaches to client acquisition, project management, and strategic planning that enabled her small practice to compete effectively against larger firms for certain types of projects. The independence and control over her professional destiny provided psychological benefits that compensated for the financial uncertainty and social isolation of working alone. Most importantly, the consulting practice became a laboratory for developing strategic insights and business methodologies that would eventually prove far more valuable than traditional employment opportunities. Sophia's direct exposure to the operational challenges facing small and medium-sized businesses provided comprehensive understanding of market dynamics, competitive pressures, and strategic opportunities that were invisible to executives working within larger organizations. The knowledge she gained about business development, client relationship management, and strategic positioning would become the foundation for her eventual acquisition of Daniel's company. 18 months into her consulting practice, Sophia experienced a revelation that would transform her approach from survival-focused freelancing to aggressive strategic positioning within Boston's marketing industry. While reviewing financial statements for a client project, she recognized patterns in the industry's recovery that revealed significant opportunities for strategic acquisitions of firms that remained weakened by the economic disruption. The same market conditions that had destroyed her employment prospects had created possibilities for building something far more substantial than traditional career advancement. Sophia's analysis of industry financial data revealed that many established marketing firms were struggling with cash flow problems, client retention challenges, and operational inefficiencies that made them vulnerable to acquisition by buyers with adequate capital and strategic vision. Firms that had seemed financially stable were actually operating with thin margins and limited reserves that made them susceptible to competitive pressure or economic volatility. The industry consolidation that was beginning to occur created opportunities for strategic buyers who could identify undervalued assets and implement operational improvement. Most significantly, Sophia discovered that Zenith Marketing Solutions, Daniel's employer, was among the firms experiencing serious financial difficulties that were not immediately apparent from public information. The company's client base had contracted significantly during the economic crisis, and their overhead structure remained too expensive for their reduced revenue level. Internal operational problems were creating client satisfaction issues that threatened additional account losses and further financial deterioration. Zenith was exactly the kind of strategically valuable but operationally challenged firm that could be acquired at below-market valuations by a buyer with turnaround expertise. The possibility of acquiring Daniel's company provided powerful personal motivation alongside the strategic business opportunity. Sophia began developing comprehensive acquisition analysis that evaluated Zenith's financial position, operational challenges, and strategic value within the Boston marketing landscape. Her consulting work had provided insights into the competitive dynamics and client relationship patterns that would be essential for successful acquisition and turnaround implementation. The combination of personal vendetta and strategic opportunity created focus and determination that drove months of detailed preparation. Sophia's approach to potential acquisition required developing financial resources and strategic partnerships that would enable her to compete against other potential buyers who might recognize Zenith's value value and opportunity. Her consulting practice had generated modest profits, but insufficient capital for a multi-million-dollar acquisition requiring creative financing approaches and investor relationships that could provide the necessary resources. The challenge of assembling acquisition capital became a test of her business development and strategic planning capabilities that would determine whether her vision could become reality. The transformation from struggling consultant to potential acquirer required Sophia to develop entirely new competencies in investment banking, corporate finance, and mergers and acquisitions strategy. She enrolled in executive education programs that provided intensive training in business valuation, deal structuring, and post-acquisition integration planning. The education represented significant financial investment during a period when her consulting income remained irregular, but the knowledge gained was essential for competing effectively in acquisition processes against experienced corporate buyers. Most importantly, Sophia began building relationships with private equity investors and business brokers who specialized in marketing industry transactions. These relationships provided access to deal flow information and financing resources that would be essential for successful acquisition activity. The networking required attending industry events and investor meetings where Sophia needed to present herself as a credible acquisition partner despite her recent career setbacks and limited financial resources. The confidence and strategic vision she projected during these interactions were crucial for building the credibility necessary to access acquisition opportunities. Sophia's consulting practice provided unexpected opportunities for gathering competitive intelligence about Zenith Marketing Solutions and other potential acquisition targets throughout Boston's marketing industry. Her client projects frequently involved competitive analysis and market research that revealed information about industry leaders' operational challenges, strategic initiatives, and financial performance. The intelligence gathering was completely ethical and professional, but it provided strategic advantages that larger competitors could not access through conventional information sources. Client conversations revealed widespread dissatisfaction with Zenith's service quality and account management practices that suggested systemic operational problems rather than isolated client relationship issues. Multiple clients described communication problems, project delays, and strategic disconnects that indicated management failure rather than temporary difficulty. The pattern of client complaints provided validation for Sophia's assessment that Zenith was operationally vulnerable despite their established market position and reputation. Sophia also discovered that several of Zenith's key employees were actively exploring alternative employment opportunities due to frustration with the firm's management practices and uncertain financial prospects. The potential departure of talented staff members would create additional operational disruption while providing recruitment opportunities for competitors who could offer better management and career development prospects. The intelligence about employee morale and retention issues would be valuable for acquisition planning and post-purchase integration strategy. Most significantly, Sophia's network provided information about Zenith's client retention problems and new business development challenges that were not reflected in public financial reports.
The firm was losing accounts to competitors who offered better service quality and more competitive pricing structures. New client acquisition had declined substantially as referral sources began recommending alternative firms for strategic marketing projects. The revenue decline was being masked by delayed client payments and accounting practices that obscured the firm's deteriorating financial position. Sophia's intelligence gathering also revealed information about other marketing firms that might be interested in acquiring Zenith or competing against her potential acquisition offer. The competitive landscape analysis showed that most potential acquirers were focused on larger targets or different market segments, creating opportunities for Sophia to pursue Zenith without significant competitive bidding pressure. The strategic positioning analysis suggested that her acquisition approach could succeed if properly timed and structured to address Zenith's specific operational and financial challenges. The combination of operational intelligence, financial analysis, and competitive assessment provided comprehensive understanding of Zenith's strategic position and acquisition potential that would have been impossible to obtain through conventional due diligence processes. Sophia's unique position as an industry insider with extensive client relationships and analytical expertise created information advantages that would be crucial for successful acquisition negotiation and implementation. The intelligence network she had developed through her consulting practice became the foundation for strategic positioning that would enable her to compete effectively against better-financed potential buyers. 2 years into her consulting practice, Sofia Martinez experienced a profound shift in perspective that transformed her approach from defensive survival to aggressive strategic positioning. The turning point came during a client engagement with Technova Solutions, a rapidly growing software company that required comprehensive market entry strategy for their expansion into the financial services sector. While conducting competitive analysis for this project, Sofia recognized patterns in the marketing industry that revealed unprecedented acquisition opportunities for strategically positioned buyers with adequate capital and operational expertise. The analysis revealed that Boston's marketing landscape had been fundamentally altered by the economic disruption that had initially destroyed Sofia's career. Established firms that had appeared financially stable were operating with significantly reduced margins and limited cash reserves that made them vulnerable to competitive pressure and strategic acquisition. The industry consolidation that was beginning to accelerate created opportunities for buyers who could identify undervalued assets and implement operational improvements that would generate substantial returns on investment. Sofia's consulting work had provided unique insights into the operational challenges and strategic weaknesses of numerous marketing firms throughout the Boston metropolitan area. Her client projects frequently involved competitive analysis, market research, and strategic planning that revealed confidential information about industry leaders' financial performance, client retention rates, and operational efficiency metrics. This intelligence gathering was conducted entirely within ethical boundaries through legitimate consulting engagements, but it provided strategic advantages that conventional investors and acquisition specialists could not access through standard due diligence process. The most significant discovery emerged from Sofia's analysis of client acquisition costs and retention patterns across the marketing industry. Firms that had maintained traditional overhead structures and operational approaches were experiencing declining profitability despite stable or growing revenue level. The shift toward digital marketing strategies and remote client management had created operational efficiencies that technology-savvy competitors were leveraging to capture market share while reducing service delivery costs. Established firms that failed to adapt their operational models were becoming increasingly vulnerable to disruption by more agile competitors. Sofia realized that her consulting practice had inadvertently positioned her as one of the most knowledgeable observers of Boston's marketing industry dynamics. Her client relationships provided ongoing access to competitive intelligence and market trend analysis that would be invaluable for identifying acquisition targets and developing integration strategy. The knowledge she had accumulated about industry best practices, operational efficiency improvements, and client relationship management represented intellectual capital that could be leveraged for strategic business development beyond traditional consulting services. The revelation that transformed Sofia's career trajectory was recognizing that her apparent professional setback had actually created strategic advantages that would have been impossible to develop within traditional employment structure. Her consulting practice provided independence, flexibility, and industry access that enabled entrepreneurial opportunities far beyond the scope of conventional marketing careers. The skills she had developed in business development, client relationship management, and strategic analysis were directly applicable to business acquisition and operational improvement initiatives that could generate substantially greater returns than traditional consulting fees. Most importantly, Sofia understood that the same economic forces that had destroyed her employment security had created market conditions favorable for strategic acquisitions by experienced industry professionals with turnaround expertise. The marketing firms that were struggling with operational challenges and financial pressures represented opportunities for buyers who could implement efficiency improvements and strategic repositioning that would restore profitability and competitive advantage. Her combination of industry knowledge, operational experience, and strategic vision positioned her to compete effectively for acquisition opportunities that larger investors might overlook or undervalue. Sofia's approach to competitive intelligence gathering evolved from opportunistic observation during client engagements to systematic research and analysis designed to identify specific acquisition opportunities within Boston's marketing industry. Her methodology combined traditional business research techniques with the insider access and industry relationships that her consulting practice had developed over 2 years of successful client engagement. The intelligence system she created provided comprehensive understanding of market dynamics, competitive positioning, and strategic opportunities that would be essential for successful acquisition planning and implementation. The foundation of Sophia's intelligence network was her extensive client base, which included businesses across multiple industries that regularly engaged marketing services from various firms throughout the Boston metropolitan area. Client conversations frequently included assessments of their marketing partners' performance, service quality, and strategic effectiveness that provided valuable insights into the competitive landscape. These discussions revealed patterns of client satisfaction and dissatisfaction that indicated which firms were gaining or losing market share based on operational excellence and strategic innovation. Sophia developed systematic approaches for gathering and analyzing competitive information that transformed casual client feedback into comprehensive market intelligence. She created databases that tracked client retention patterns, service quality indicators, and pricing strategies across the marketing industry. The analysis revealed significant disparities in operational efficiency and client satisfaction levels between different firms, indicating opportunities for strategic improvement and competitive advantage through operational excellence and service innovation. Industry event attendance provided additional opportunities for intelligence gathering through networking interactions with marketing professionals from throughout the region. Conference presentations, panel discussions, and informal networking conversations revealed information about strategic initiatives, operational challenges, and competitive positioning that supplemented the intelligence gathered through client relationships. Sophia's established reputation within the industry enabled her to participate in these discussions as a peer rather than an outsider, providing access to confidential information and strategic insights that would be unavailable to external research. Professional association membership and committee participation expanded Sophia's access to industry leaders and strategic decision-makers, who shared information about market trends, competitive dynamics, and business development opportunities. Her contributions to industry publications and speaking engagements at professional events established her credibility as a thought leader whose insights were valued by colleagues throughout the marketing community. This reputation provided opportunities for confidential discussions about industry challenges and strategic opportunities that would be essential for acquisition planning. The most valuable intelligence emerged from Sophia's analysis of public financial information combined with insider insights about operational performance and strategic position. Securities filings, industry reports, and market research data provided quantitative foundations for competitive assessment, while client feedback and industry conversations provided qualitative context that revealed the strategic significance of financial trends and operational metrics. The combination of public information and insider intelligence created comprehensive understanding of competitive dynamics that would be impossible to achieve through conventional research methods. Sophia's intelligence gathering focused particularly on identifying firms that appeared financially stable but were experiencing operational challenges that could create acquisition opportunities for buyers with turnaround expertise. Her analysis revealed that several established marketing firms were maintaining profitability through cost reduction and operational efficiency measures that were unsustainable in the long term. These firms represented strategic acquisition targets that could be acquired at reasonable valuations and improved through operational excellence and strategic repositioning initiatives. The transition from consulting practice owner to potential business acquirer required Sophia to develop financial resources and investment partnerships that would enable her to compete for acquisition opportunities against established private equity firms and strategic buyers with substantial capital reserves. Her consulting practice had generated steady profits but insufficient cash flow for multi-million-dollar acquisitions, necessitating creative financing approaches and investor relationships that could provide the necessary capital while preserving her operational control and strategic vision. Sophia's initial approach to financial resource development focused on establishing relationships with private equity investors and family office representatives who specialized in marketing industry investment. Her strategy involved presenting herself as an operating partner who could provide industry expertise and operational leadership for acquisition opportunities that required hands-on management and strategic turnaround capability. This positioning differentiated her from purely financial investors, while emphasizing the value of her industry knowledge and operational experience for successful acquisition outcomes. The development of investor relationships required Sophia to create comprehensive investment presentations that demonstrated her analytical capabilities, industry expertise, and strategic vision for identifying and improving undervalued marketing firms. These presentations included detailed market analysis, competitive assessment, and operational improvement frameworks that showcased her ability to generate superior returns through strategic acquisition and operational excellence. The quality of her analytical work and strategic thinking impressed investors, who recognized the value of partnering with an experienced industry professional. Sophia's consulting practice provided credibility and track record evidence that supported her request for investment capital and acquisition finance. Her successful client engagements demonstrated her ability to analyze complex business challenges and implement strategic solutions that generated measurable results. Client testimonials and case study examples validated her operational expertise and strategic capabilities in ways that impressed potential investors and financing partners who were evaluating her suitability as an acquisition partner. The financial modeling and valuation analysis that Sophia developed for potential acquisition targets demonstrated sophisticated understanding of business economics and investment analysis that exceeded the capabilities of many industry professionals. Her ability to identify undervalued assets and quantify the potential returns from operational improvement initiatives provided compelling investment propositions that attracted interest from multiple financing sources. The combination of industry expertise and financial analysis capabilities positioned her as a credible acquisition partner who could deliver superior investment returns. Networking with investment bankers and business brokers who specialized in marketing industry transactions provided access to deal flow information and financing resources that would be essential for successful acquisition activity. These relationships enabled Sophia to learn about potential acquisition opportunities before they became widely known, providing competitive advantages in negotiation timing and strategic position. The professional relationships also provided access to financing alternatives and partnership structures that could accommodate her limited personal capital while preserving her operational control. Sophia's approach to financing strategy balanced the need for adequate acquisition capital with preservation of ownership control and strategic independence. She developed partnership structures that provided institutional investors with appropriate financial returns while maintaining her authority over operational decisions and strategic direction. The financing arrangements were designed to align investor interests with successful acquisition outcomes while preserving Sophia's ability to implement the operational improvements and strategic initiatives that would generate superior investment returns. Sophia's systematic analysis of potential acquisition targets within Boston's marketing industry revealed that Zenith Marketing Solutions represented the optimal combination of strategic value, operational improvement potential, and personal motivation that would justify the substantial investment of time and resources required for successful acquisition completion. Her comprehensive evaluation process considered financial performance, competitive positioning, operational efficiency, client relationship quality, and strategic growth potential across multiple firms before identifying Zenith as the primary acquisition target that matched her investment criteria and strategic objectives. The financial analysis of Zenith Marketing Solutions revealed significant underlying value that was not reflected in the firm's current market positioning or operational performance. Despite recent revenue decline and client retention challenges, Zenith maintained valuable client relationships, established market reputation, and operational infrastructure that could support substantially greater profitability under improved management and strategic direction. The firm's financial difficulties were primarily attributable to operational inefficiency and strategic misalignment, rather than fundamental market problems or competitive disadvantage. Zenith's client base included several large accounts that generated substantial recurring revenue, but were underserved due to operational challenges and inadequate account management practice. Sophia's analysis indicated that improved service delivery and strategic account development could significantly increase revenue per client while reducing client acquisition costs and improving retention rate. The existing client relationships represented immediate revenue potential that could be realized through operational improvements and strategic repositioning without requiring extensive new business development efforts. The competitive analysis revealed that Zenith occupied a valuable market position that could be strengthened through operational excellence and strategic innovation. The firm's reputation and market presence provided competitive advantages that were being undermined by poor execution and inadequate strategic planning. Sophia's assessment indicated that comprehensive operational improvement and strategic repositioning could restore Zenith's competitive advantage while positioning the firm for accelerated growth in recovering market conditions. Zenith's operational challenges provided substantial opportunities for improvement through implementation of best practices and efficiency measures that Sophia had observed during her consulting engagements with high-performing marketing firms. The firm's overhead structure was excessive relative to current revenue levels, but the infrastructure could support significantly greater business volume under improved operational management. Personnel productivity and client service quality could be enhanced through training programs and process improvements that would generate immediate cost savings and revenue growth. The strategic positioning analysis revealed that Zenith's current service offerings and market focus were suboptimal, given industry trends and competitive dynamics. The firm had failed to adapt to digital marketing evolution and remote client management approaches that were becoming industry standard. Sophia's strategic vision for Zenith included service expansion, operational modernization, and market repositioning that would restore competitive advantage while capturing growth opportunities in emerging market segments. Most significantly, the acquisition of Zenith would provide Sophia with immediate entry into Boston's marketing industry at a leadership level that would have been impossible to achieve through traditional career advancement. The firm's client base, market reputation, and operational infrastructure would provide the foundation for building a comprehensive marketing services company that could compete effectively against larger firms while maintaining operational flexibility and client responsiveness. The acquisition represented not only personal vindication against Daniel's dismissive predictions, but also strategic positioning for long-term business development and industry leadership. The complexity and capital requirements of acquiring Zenith Marketing Solutions necessitated strategic partnerships that would provide operational expertise, financial resources, and industry credibility beyond Sophia's individual capability. Her approach to partnership development focused on identifying complementary professionals and organizations whose capabilities would strengthen her acquisition proposal while preserving her leadership role and strategic control over the transaction and subsequent operational improvement. Sophia's primary partnership development effort focused on engaging experienced merger and acquisition advisors who specialized in marketing industry transactions. These professionals provided essential expertise in business valuation, deal structuring, due diligence coordination, and negotiation management that would be crucial for competing effectively against other potential buyers. The partnership agreements were structured to provide advisory support and transaction expertise while maintaining Sophia's decision-making authority and strategic direction throughout the acquisition process. The development of relationships with specialized legal counsel and accounting professionals provided additional expertise that would be essential for successful acquisition completion. These partnerships enabled Sophia to access sophisticated legal and financial analysis capabilities that ensured proper due diligence completion and optimal deal structure development. The professional service providers were selected based on their experience with marketing industry acquisitions and their ability to work effectively with entrepreneurial clients who required cost-effective but comprehensive advisory support. Strategic partnerships with technology consultants and operational improvement specialists provided access to expertise that would be essential for implementing the operational changes necessary to realize Zenith's improvement potential. These partnerships enabled Sophia to develop detailed integration plans and operational improvement strategies that demonstrated her ability to generate superior returns through systematic efficiency enhancement and strategic repositioning. The partnership arrangements were designed to provide implementation support while building her internal capabilities for ongoing operational management. Industry partnerships with complementary service providers and strategic alliance opportunities provided potential for revenue enhancement and operational synergy that would strengthen the acquisition business case. Sophia developed relationships with technology firms, creative agencies, and specialized consultants whose services could be integrated with Zenith's offerings to provide more comprehensive client solutions while generating additional revenue streams. These partnerships demonstrated strategic vision for growth and competitive differentiation that impressed potential investors and financing sources. The most important partnership development involved identifying potential operating partners who could provide additional industry expertise and operational support during the acquisition integration process. Sophia recruited experienced marketing executives who were interested in equity participation opportunities that would provide them with ownership stakes in exchange for operational leadership and strategic guidance. These partnerships enabled her to demonstrate management depth and operational capabilities that addressed investor concerns about her ability to manage a substantial business acquisition independently. Sophia's approach to partnership agreements emphasized mutual benefit and aligned incentives while preserving her strategic control and leadership authority. The partnership structures were designed to provide all parties with appropriate compensation for their contributions while ensuring that decision-making authority remained concentrated with Sophia as the primary investor and strategic. The agreements included performance-based compensation and equity participation opportunities that motivated partners to contribute actively to successful acquisition completion and subsequent operational improvement. Sophia's approach to due diligence investigation of Zenith Marketing Solutions exceeded standard acquisition analysis by leveraging her unique industry knowledge and client relationship insights to develop comprehensive understanding of the firm's operational challenges, strategic opportunity, and competitive positioning. Her methodology combined traditional financial analysis with insider intelligence about industry dynamics and competitive performance that provided superior assessment capabilities compared to conventional due diligence approaches conducted by external advisors and financial analysts. Financial due diligence process revealed that Zenith's financial difficulties were more severe than public information suggested, but were also more readily addressable through operational improvement and strategic repositioning than might be apparent to buyers without extensive industry experience. The firm's revenue decline reflected client retention problems and competitive loss rather than fundamental market contraction, indicating that improved service delivery and strategic account management could restore financial performance relatively quickly under proper management. Sophia's analysis of Zenith's client portfolio revealed significant opportunities for revenue enhancement through improved account management and service delivery that were not reflected in current financial projections. Several major clients had reduced their engagement levels due to service quality issues rather than budget constraints, indicating that operational improvements could generate immediate revenue recovery without requiring new business development effort. The client relationship analysis provided confidence that acquisition investment could be recovered through operational excellence and strategic account development. The operational due diligence investigation identified specific efficiency improvement opportunities that would generate substantial cost savings while enhancing service quality and client satisfaction. Zenith's overhead structure included redundant positions and excessive facility costs that could be reduced without impacting service delivery capability. The operational assessment indicated that profit margins could be improved significantly through systematic efficiency measures and process optimization initiatives. Technology infrastructure analysis revealed that Zenith's systems and operational capabilities were adequate for current business levels, but would require modernization to support growth and competitive differentiation. The technology assessment indicated that modest capital investment in systems upgrades and digital capability development would provide competitive advantages while improving operational efficiency. The technology improvement requirements were manageable within reasonable acquisition budgets while providing substantial strategic benefit. Personnel evaluation revealed that Zenith employed several talented professionals whose capabilities were being underutilized due to poor management and inadequate strategic direction. The retention of key personnel would be essential for successful acquisition integration, but the talent assessment indicated that improved leadership and strategic vision would generate significant productivity improvements and enhanced client service capability. The personnel analysis provided confidence that operational improvement objectives could be achieved with existing staff under proper management. Competitive positioning analysis confirmed that Zenith occupied valuable market position that could be strengthened through operational excellence and strategic innovation. The firm's client relationships and market reputation provided competitive advantages that were being undermined by poor execution, but could be restored through systematic improvement initiatives. The competitive assessment indicated that Zenith could regain market leadership position through operational excellence and strategic positioning under improved management. The comprehensive valuation analysis incorporated both current financial performance and strategic improvement potential to determine appropriate acquisition pricing that would generate superior investment returns. Sophia's valuation methodology considered operational improvement opportunities, revenue enhancement potential, and competitive positioning advantages that were not reflected in conventional financial metrics. The analysis provided compelling evidence that Zenith could be acquired at valuations that would generate substantial returns through systematic operational improvement and strategic positioning initiatives that leveraged her industry expertise and operational experience. Sophia Martinez recognized that her acquisition of Zenith Marketing Solutions required more than financial capability and strategic analysis. Success demanded a sophisticated approach that would position her as the optimal buyer while addressing the seller's concerns about business continuity, employee retention, and client relationship preservation. Her campaign strategy balanced aggressive competitive positioning with collaborative problem solving that demonstrated her ability to complete the transaction while ensuring successful post-acquisition integration and operational improvement. The foundation of Sophia's acquisition approach was establishing credibility as a serious buyer whose industry expertise and operational experience would benefit all stakeholders involved in the transaction. Her consulting practice provided documented evidence of strategic capabilities and client success that validated her ability to manage complex business challenges effectively. The portfolio of successful engagements demonstrated analytical skills, operational improvement expertise, and client relationship management capabilities that would be essential for Zenith's successful transformation and growth acceleration.
Sophia's initial market research revealed that Zenith's ownership was exploring strategic alternatives due to persistent financial pressures and operational challenges that exceeded their internal capabilities to address effectively. The firm's founding partners had built substantial client relationships and established market reputation over 2 decades, but lacked the operational expertise and strategic vision necessary to adapt to evolving industry dynamics and competitive pressures. Their openness to considering acquisition proposals created opportunities for strategic buyers who could demonstrate operational improvement capabilities and financial resources necessary for successful business transformation. The competitive landscape analysis indicated that Zenith had attracted preliminary interest from several potential acquirers, including larger marketing firms seeking regional expansion opportunities and private equity investors, evaluating marketing industry consolidation possibilities. However, Sophia's assessment revealed that these potential competitors lacked her combination of industry-specific expertise, operational improvement experience, and strategic vision for addressing Zenith's particular challenges and opportunities. Her unique positioning as an experienced marketing professional with proven turnaround capabilities provided competitive advantages that would be decisive in acquisition negotiation. Sophia developed a comprehensive value proposition that addressed the specific concerns and objectives that Zenith's ownership had expressed regarding potential acquisition scenario. Her proposal emphasized operational continuity, employee retention, client relationship preservation, and strategic growth acceleration that would benefit all stakeholders while generating superior investment return. The value proposition demonstrated understanding of the seller's priorities while establishing clear competitive differentiation relative to alternative acquisition proposals that focused primarily on financial consideration. The timing of Sophia's acquisition approach was carefully coordinated to maximize her competitive advantages while addressing Zenith's immediate operational pressures and strategic challenges. Her intelligence network indicated that the firm's financial difficulties were accelerating due to client retention problems and operational inefficiencies that required immediate attention to prevent further deterioration. The urgency of Zenith's situation created opportunities for decisive action that could secure competitive advantages relative to potential buyers who required extensive due diligence and approval process. Sophia's approach strategy included preliminary discussions with key Zenith personnel who would be essential for successful acquisition integration and operational improvement implementation. These conversations enabled her to assess internal capabilities, identify operational challenges, and develop preliminary integration plans that demonstrated her commitment to preserving organizational strengths while addressing systematic weaknesses. The employee engagement approach provided competitive intelligence while building internal support for her acquisition proposal. Sophia's first formal approach to Zenith Marketing Solutions was carefully orchestrated to establish professional credibility while creating curiosity about her strategic vision and acquisition capability. Rather than requesting immediate acquisition discussions, she initiated contact through a collaborative business development proposal that would provide immediate value to Zenith while demonstrating her strategic thinking and operational expertise. This approach enabled relationship building and intelligence gathering while positioning her as a potential strategic partner rather than simply another acquisition candidate. The collaborative proposal involved a joint venture opportunity for pursuing a large-scale client engagement that exceeded either firm's individual capacity but could be handled effectively through strategic partnerships. Sophia had identified a multinational corporation that required comprehensive marketing strategy development across multiple business segments, creating opportunities for substantial revenue generation that would benefit both organizations. The joint venture proposal provided legitimate business rationale for extensive operational discussions while enabling Sophia to evaluate Zenith's internal capabilities and strategic positioning firsthand. Zenith's leadership responded positively to the joint venture proposal, recognizing both the immediate revenue opportunity and the strategic value of partnering with Sophia's established consulting practice. The collaborative discussions provided opportunities for comprehensive operational analysis and strategic assessment that revealed the full extent of Zenith's challenges and improvement potential. Sophia's contributions to the joint project demonstrated her analytical capabilities, client relationship management skills, and strategic thinking that exceeded Zenith's internal capabilities in several critical areas. The joint venture project success created trust and professional respect between Sophia and Zenith's leadership team that facilitated more substantive discussions about strategic alternatives and business development opportunities. Her operational contributions to the collaborative engagement demonstrated practical value while establishing her credibility as someone who could address Zenith's systematic challenges effectively. The professional relationship development provided foundations for acquisition discussions that would be perceived as strategic opportunities rather than competitive threats. During the joint venture implementation, Sophia carefully observed Zenith's operational processes, client interaction protocols, and internal management dynamics to identify specific improvement opportunities that would support her acquisition proposal. Her analysis revealed numerous inefficiencies and missed opportunities that could be addressed through systematic operational improvements
and strategic repositioning initiative. The operational assessment provided detailed understanding of integration requirements and improvement potential that would be essential for acquisition planning and valuation analysis. Sophia's relationship-building efforts extended beyond senior leadership to include key operational personnel who would be essential for successful acquisition integration and ongoing business operations. These relationships enabled her to assess employee capabilities, identify retention challenges, and develop preliminary integration strategies that would preserve organizational strengths while implementing necessary improvements. The employee engagement approach provided competitive intelligence while building internal support for potential ownership transition. The professional relationships developed during the joint venture project created opportunities for informal discussions about Zenith's strategic challenges and potential solutions that would be impossible to address through formal acquisition negotiation. These conversations revealed the full extent of the firm's operational difficulties, while demonstrating Sophia's understanding of industry dynamics and strategic alternatives. The relationship foundation enabled more substantive acquisition discussions that would be perceived as collaborative problem-solving rather than competitive position. The complexity of acquiring Zenith Marketing Solutions required sophisticated financial structuring that balanced Sophia's limited personal capital with investor requirements for adequate returns and risk management. Her approach to financing coordination involved multiple investor relationships and creative deal structures that provided necessary acquisition funding while preserving her operational control and strategic decision-making authority. The financial architecture was designed to align all parties' interests while ensuring successful transaction completion and post-acquisition operational improvement implementation. Sophia's primary financing partner was Meridian Capital Partners, a Boston-based private equity firm that specialized in marketing industry investments and operational improvement initiatives. Meridian's investment philosophy emphasized partnering with experienced industry professionals who could provide operational leadership and strategic vision for portfolio company transformation. Their partnership approach aligned with Sophia's requirements for financing support that preserved her management authority while providing institutional credibility and financial resources necessary for competitive acquisition proposals. The partnership structure with Meridian provided Sophia with majority ownership and operational control while granting the private equity firm appropriate financial returns and strategic oversight responsibility. The arrangement included performance-based compensation mechanisms that rewarded successful operational improvement and strategic growth achievement, while protecting investor interests through structured exit opportunities and return guarantees. The partnership framework balanced entrepreneurial flexibility with institutional accountability in ways that satisfied both parties' requirements and objectives. Secondary financing was provided through a consortium of individual investors and family office representatives who recognized the strategic value of Sophia's industry expertise and operational improvement capability. These investors provided supplementary capital while gaining exposure to marketing industry consolidation opportunities that offered attractive risk-adjusted returns. The individual investor relationships provided additional financial flexibility while expanding Sophia's professional network and strategic advisory resources. The debt financing component was structured through specialized lenders who understood marketing industry dynamics and could evaluate acquisition proposals based on operational improvement potential rather than simply historical financial performance. The lending arrangements included flexible repayment terms and performance-based adjustments that aligned debt service requirements with business improvement achievement. The debt structure provided leverage that enhanced equity returns while maintaining manageable service obligations that would not constrain operational improvement investment. Sophia's financial modeling and valuation analysis provided compelling investment propositions that attracted multiple financing sources and created competitive tension that improved deal terms and reduced capital costs. Her projections demonstrated substantial return potential through operational efficiency improvements, revenue enhancement initiatives, and strategic positioning advantages that were not reflected in Zenith's current financial performance. The analytical sophistication and strategic vision impressed investors who recognized the potential for superior returns through systematic business improvement implementation. The coordination of multiple financing sources required careful management of investor expectations and strategic alignment to ensure that all parties remained committed to successful transaction completion and post-acquisition operational support. Sophia's approach emphasized transparent communication and collaborative decision-making that built confidence while preserving her leadership authority and strategic flexibility. The investor management approach ensured unified support for acquisition completion while establishing foundations for ongoing partnership during operational improvement implementation. Sophia's due diligence investigation of Zenith Marketing Solutions exceeded standard acquisition analysis by leveraging her industry expertise and operational experience to identify improvement opportunities and strategic advantages that conventional buyers would overlook or undervalue. Her comprehensive assessment methodology combined financial analysis with operational evaluation, competitive positioning review, and strategic potential assessment that provided superior understanding of Zenith's true value and transformation possibility. The financial due diligence process revealed that Zenith's reported performance understated both the severity of current challenges and the magnitude of improvement potential that could be realized through systematic operational enhancement and strategic reposition. The firm's accounting practices had masked declining profit margins and client retention problems, while failing to capture the value of client relationships and market positioning that could be leveraged for growth acceleration. Sophia's analysis provided more accurate assessment of both risks and opportunities that would be essential for optimal acquisition pricing and integration planning. Operational due diligence identified specific efficiency improvement opportunities that would generate immediate cost savings while enhancing service quality and client satisfaction level. Zenith's overhead structure included redundant positions and excessive facility costs that could be reduced without impacting service delivery capability. The operational assessment indicated that profit margins could be improved substantially through systematic efficiency measures and process optimization initiatives that would also strengthen competitive positioning and client relations. The client relationship analysis revealed significant opportunities for revenue enhancement through improved account management and service delivery that were not reflected in current financial projections. Several major clients had reduced engagement levels due to service quality issues rather than budget constraints, indicating that operational improvements could generate immediate revenue recovery without requiring extensive new business development efforts. The client portfolio assessment provided confidence that acquisition investment could be recovered quickly through operational excellence and strategic account development. Technology infrastructure evaluation revealed that Zenith's systems and operational capabilities were adequate for current business levels, but required modernization to support growth and competitive differentiation. The technology assessment indicated that modest capital investment in systems upgrades and digital capability development would provide competitive advantages while improving operational efficiency. The technology improvement requirements were manageable within reasonable acquisition budgets while providing substantial strategic benefits and operational enhancement potential. Personnel evaluation confirmed that Zenith employed talented professionals whose capabilities were being underutilized due to inadequate management and strategic direction. The retention of key personnel would be essential for successful acquisition integration, but the talent assessment indicated that improved leadership and strategic vision would generate significant productivity improvements and enhanced client service capability. The personnel analysis provided confidence that operational improvement objectives could be achieved with existing staff under proper management and strategic guidance. Competitive positioning analysis validated that Zenith occupied valuable market position that could be strengthened through operational excellence and strategic innovation. The firm's client relationships and market reputation provided competitive advantages that were being undermined by poor execution, but could be restored through systematic improvement initiatives. The competitive assessment indicated that Zenith could regain market leadership position through operational excellence and strategic repositioning under improved management and strategic direction. The negotiation process for Zenith's acquisition required sophisticated relationship management and strategic positioning that addressed the seller's concerns while achieving optimal transaction terms and structure. Sophia's approach balanced competitive pressure with collaborative problem-solving that demonstrated her commitment to successful post-acquisition integration and operational improvement while securing acquisition pricing that would generate superior investment returns for her financing partners and personal financial objectives. Zenith's ownership had received preliminary expressions of interest from several potential acquirers, creating competitive dynamics that required careful management to prevent bidding escalation that would undermine investment returns while ensuring that Sophia's proposal was perceived as the optimal alternative for all stakeholders. Her strategy emphasized value creation and operational improvement potential rather than simply financial terms, positioning her acquisition as the alternative that would best preserve client relationships, employee welfare, and business continuity during ownership transition. The competitive differentiation strategy focused on Sophia's unique combination of industry expertise, operational improvement experience, and strategic vision for addressing Zenith's specific challenges and opportunities. Her proposal demonstrated understanding of the business's operational requirements and strategic positioning that exceeded other potential buyers' capabilities and commitment level. The differentiation approach emphasized long-term value creation and stakeholder benefit rather than short-term financial optimization that might compromise business relationships and operational effectiveness. Sophia's negotiation approach included comprehensive integration planning and operational improvement strategies that addressed the seller's concerns about business continuity and employee retention during ownership transition. Her detailed integration plans demonstrated commitment to preserving organizational strengths while implementing systematic improvements that would benefit all stakeholders. The integration planning approach provided competitive advantages while building confidence in her ability to complete successful acquisition and transformation. The financial structuring negotiations balanced acquisition pricing with investment returns and financing requirements to achieve transaction terms that satisfied all parties while preserving flexibility for operational improvement investments and strategic growth initiatives. Sophia's financial analysis demonstrated that optimal pricing would generate superior returns through operational efficiency improvements and revenue enhancement rather than acquisition cost minimization. The value-based pricing approach aligned seller expectations with buyer capabilities while ensuring adequate investment returns and financing service capacity. Negotiation management required careful coordination between Sophia's strategic objectives and her financing partners' requirements to ensure unified positioning that maximized transaction success probability while preserving optimal deal terms and structure. The investor coordination approach emphasized collaborative decision-making and transparent communication that maintained alignment while preserving Sophia's negotiation flexibility and strategic authority. The partnership management approach ensured consistent messaging and unified support throughout complex negotiation processes. The final negotiation breakthrough occurred when Sophia presented a comprehensive post-acquisition strategic plan that addressed all stakeholder concerns while demonstrating substantial value creation potential through operational improvement and strategic reposition. Her strategic vision provided compelling evidence that acquisition would benefit employees, clients, and sellers while generating superior returns for investors and establishing foundations for long-term growth and competitive advantage. The strategic planning presentation resolved remaining concerns while securing unanimous support for transaction completion. The final stages of Zenith's acquisition required meticulous coordination of legal documentation, financial transfers, and operational transition planning that would ensure smooth ownership change while preserving business continuity and stakeholder relations. Sophia's approach to transaction completion emphasized systematic preparation and proactive communication that addressed potential complications while building confidence in her leadership capabilities and strategic vision among employees, clients, and business partners. Legal documentation coordination involved multiple professional service providers working collaboratively to structure transaction terms that satisfied all parties' requirements while providing appropriate protections and performance guarantees. The legal framework addressed acquisition financing arrangements, operational transition protocols, employee retention agreements, and client relationship preservation measures that would ensure successful ownership transfer and business continuity. The documentation process required careful attention to detail while maintaining transaction momentum and completion timeline objectives. Financial closing procedures included verification of acquisition funding, availability, coordination of payment transfers, and establishment of operational budgets and cash flow management systems that would support business operations during integration period. The financial management approach provided transparency and accountability while preserving operational flexibility necessary for implementing improvement initiatives and addressing unexpected challenges. The financial systems establishment created foundations for performance measurement and strategic decision-making during post-acquisition transformation. Employee communication and retention planning addressed the concerns and uncertainties that naturally accompany ownership transitions while building enthusiasm for operational improvements and strategic growth opportunities under new leadership. Sophia's approach emphasized preservation of organizational culture and employee welfare, while implementing systematic improvements that would enhance career development opportunities and workplace satisfaction. The employee engagement strategy created support for operational changes while retaining key personnel who would be essential for successful business transformation. Client relationship management during ownership transition required careful communication that preserved confidence and trust while introducing new strategic vision and operational capabilities that would enhance service delivery and strategic value. Sophia's client communication approach emphasized continuity and improvement rather than fundamental change, positioning ownership transition as opportunity for enhanced service quality and strategic innovation. The client relationship preservation strategy maintained revenue stability while creating opportunities for account development and strategic growth. Operational integration planning included systematic assessment of existing procedures and implementation of efficiency improvements that would generate immediate benefits while establishing foundations for long-term strategic transformation. Sophia's integration approach balanced preservation of effective operational practices with implementation of improvements that would enhance competitive positioning and financial performance. The operational enhancement strategy provided quick wins that built confidence while establishing systematic improvement processes that would continue generating benefits throughout the transformation period. The strategic positioning communication to industry stakeholders, competitors, and business partners established Sophia's acquisition as positive development that would strengthen Zenith's competitive capabilities while contributing to overall industry competitiveness and innovation. Her communication strategy emphasized collaborative approach and commitment to industry advancement rather than disruptive competition that might create defensive responses or relationship complications. The industry positioning approach created supportive environment for business development and strategic partnership opportunities while establishing Sophia's reputation as constructive industry leader and strategic visionary. Sophia Martinez arrived at Zenith Marketing Solutions headquarters on Commonwealth Avenue at 7:30 in the morning, 2 hours before the official announcement of the ownership transition would be made to employees and clients. The acquisition had been finalized through weekend legal proceedings that allowed for seamless Monday morning implementation without disrupting business operations or creating unnecessary uncertainty among stakeholders. Her early arrival provided opportunity for final preparation and strategic positioning before the transformative confrontation that would define her relationship with Daniel Harrison and establish her authority within the organization. The building's marble lobby and polished brass fixtures reflected the professional image that Zenith had cultivated throughout 20 years of business development in Boston's competitive marketing landscape. Sophia's reflection in the elevator mirrors showed a composed professional whose appearance projected competence and authority appropriate for her new role as majority owner and chief executive officer. The business attire she had selected was carefully chosen to convey executive presence while remaining approachable to employees who would be learning about the ownership change for the first time. Zenith's reception area on the 15th floor maintained the sophisticated aesthetic that had impressed clients and conveyed professional competence throughout the firm's history. However, Sophia's trained eye immediately identified operational inefficiencies and missed opportunities for enhanced client experience that would be addressed through systematic improvements during the coming months. The reception protocols and facility management represented immediate opportunities for operational enhancement that would improve client satisfaction while reducing overhead costs. The conference room where Sophia would conduct the initial employee meeting had been arranged to facilitate open communication and collaborative discussion rather than formal presentation that might create anxiety or defensive reactions among staff members. Her approach to the ownership announcement emphasized continuity and improvement rather than dramatic change, positioning the acquisition as opportunity for enhanced career development and operational excellence rather than disruptive restructuring that might threaten job security or workplace culture. Sophia's preliminary review of employee files and organizational charts confirmed her assessment that Zenith employed talented professionals whose capabilities were being underutilized due to inadequate management and strategic direction. The personnel evaluation indicated that improved leadership and strategic vision would generate significant productivity improvements while enhancing employee satisfaction and career development opportunities. The talent retention strategy would be crucial for successful operational transformation and competitive positioning enhancement. The financial and operational reports that Sophia reviewed during her early morning preparation confirmed the improvement potential that had motivated her acquisition proposal, while revealing additional challenges that required immediate attention to prevent further operational deterioration. The revenue recovery plan that she had developed during due diligence would need accelerated implementation to address cash flow concerns and client retention problems that were more severe than previous analysis had indicated. Most important, Sophia's preparation included final refinement of her approach to the inevitable confrontation with Daniel Harrison, whose presence in the organization represented both personal motivation for the acquisition and professional challenge for establishing her authority and credibility. Her strategy for managing the relationship dynamics balanced personal vindication with professional risibility, while ensuring that organizational improvement objectives remained the primary focus throughout the transition period. Sophia's introduction to Zenith's 37 employees was carefully choreographed to establish her credibility and vision, while addressing natural concerns about ownership change and organizational stability. Her presentation emphasized her professional background, industry expertise, and commitment to operational excellence that would benefit all stakeholders while providing clear direction for organizational improvement and strategic growth. The announcement approach balanced transparency with confidence in ways that built enthusiasm for positive change, while acknowledging legitimate concerns about transition challenges. The employee meeting began with Sophia's comprehensive introduction that highlighted her educational background at Harvard Business School, her successful tenure as Senior Creative Director at Pinnacle Advertising Group, and her recent achievements as founder and managing partner of Martinez Strategic Consulting. Her professional credentials established immediate credibility, while demonstrating the industry expertise and strategic capabilities that would guide organizational transformation and competitive positioning enhancement.
Sophia's presentation of her strategic vision for Zenith emphasized operational excellence, client service enhancement, and employee development opportunities that would strengthen competitive positioning while improving workplace satisfaction and career advancement prospects. Her approach addressed employee concerns about job security and organizational stability, while providing compelling reasons for enthusiasm about future opportunities under improved leadership and strategic direction. The operational improvement initiatives that Sophia outlined included technology modernization, process efficiency enhancement, and professional development programs that would benefit all employees while strengthening competitive capabilities and client satisfaction levels. Her improvement strategy balanced immediate operational enhancements with long-term strategic investments that would ensure sustainable growth and competitive advantage throughout market evolution and industry transformation. Employee questions during the announcement meeting revealed both enthusiasm for operational improvements and concerns about implementation timeline and organizational disruption during transition period. Sophia's responses demonstrated comprehensive planning and systematic approach to change management that would minimize operational disruption while accelerating improvement implementation and strategic transformation achievement. The talent retention initiatives that Sophia announced included enhanced compensation structures, expanded professional development opportunities, and improved workplace culture that would position Zenith as preferred employer within Boston's marketing industry. Her employee value proposition addressed competitive concerns while creating incentives for continued employment and enhanced performance during organizational transformation and growth acceleration. Daniel Harrison's presence during the employee announcement created subtle tension that was apparent to colleagues who were aware of their previous relationship and professional history. His facial expressions and body language revealed shock and discomfort with the ownership change, while demonstrating his struggle to process the implications of Sophia's transformation from unemployed ex-girlfriend to successful business owner and his direct supervisor. Following the employee announcement meeting, Sophia requested a private discussion with Daniel Harrison in the executive conference room that would serve as the venue for their first professional interaction since their relationship termination 3 years earlier. The conversation represented the culmination of Sophia's strategic planning and personal motivation while establishing the foundation for their ongoing professional relationship within the organizational hierarchy that now positioned her as his ultimate supervisor and decision-making authority. Daniel's entrance into the conference room revealed the full extent of his shock and discomfort with the dramatic reversal of their relative positions and professional circumstances. His confident demeanor and dismissive attitude that had characterized their previous interactions were replaced by defensive uncertainty and obvious struggle to comprehend how thoroughly his assumptions about Sophia's capabilities and potential had been proven incorrect through her strategic achievement and business success. Sophia's opening remarks established professional tone and clear expectations for their ongoing working relationship, while acknowledging their personal history without allowing past dynamics to influence current organizational requirements and strategic objectives. Her approach balanced personal satisfaction with professional responsibility, while ensuring that their interaction focused on business performance and organizational improvement, rather than personal vindication or relationship dynamics. The discussion of Daniel's role within the organization provided opportunity for Sophia to demonstrate her comprehensive understanding of operational challenges and improvement opportunities, while establishing clear performance expectations and accountability measures that would apply to all employees regardless of personal history or previous relationships. Her management approach emphasized professional development and strategic contribution rather than punitive measures or personal retribution. Daniel's responses revealed his difficulty accepting the dramatic change in their relative positions, while demonstrating his struggle to understand how Sophia had achieved such comprehensive business success after the professional setbacks that had initially motivated his dismissive attitude and relationship termination. His questions about her acquisition financing and strategic planning revealed both professional curiosity and personal incredulity about her transformation and achievement. Sophia's explanation of her strategic development and acquisition planning provided insight into the systematic approach and analytical capabilities that had enabled her professional recovery and business success, while demonstrating the substantial strategic thinking and execution capabilities that Daniel had failed to recognize during their previous relationship. Her account of the acquisition process revealed the extent of preparation and professional development that had been required for successful transaction completion. The performance improvement expectations that Sophia established for Daniel's continued employment emphasized enhanced client service delivery, operational efficiency improvement, and collaborative teamwork that would support organizational transformation and competitive positioning enhancement. Her management approach provided clear opportunities for professional redemption and career development,
while establishing accountability measures that would ensure contribution to organizational success. Sophia's initial weeks as Zenith's owner and chief executive officer involved comprehensive organizational assessment that identified specific improvement opportunities and strategic initiatives that would generate immediate operational benefits, while establishing foundations for long-term competitive advantage and market leadership. Her systematic evaluation approach leveraged her industry expertise and operational experience to develop detailed transformation plans that addressed all aspects of business performance and competitive positioning. The client relationship analysis revealed significant opportunities for revenue enhancement through improved service delivery and strategic account development that had been neglected under previous management. Several major clients had expressed dissatisfaction with communication protocols and project management approaches that could be addressed through systematic operational improvements and enhanced client service standards. The client retention strategy focused on operational excellence and strategic value delivery that would strengthen relationships while creating opportunities for account expansion and referral generation. Financial performance evaluation confirmed the improvement potential that had motivated Sophia's acquisition while revealing additional cost reduction opportunities and revenue enhancement possibilities that exceeded initial projections. The profit margin analysis indicated that systematic efficiency improvements and strategic positioning enhancement could generate substantial financial benefits within the first year of operation under improved management and strategic direction. Operational efficiency assessment identified numerous process improvements and technology enhancements that would reduce service delivery costs while improving client satisfaction and employee productivity level. The efficiency initiatives included workflow optimization, communication protocol enhancement, and performance measurement systems that would create competitive advantage while improving workplace effectiveness and strategic capability development. Employee performance evaluation revealed significant talent that had been underutilized due to inadequate strategic direction and limited professional development opportunities under previous management. The talent development strategy included enhanced training programs, expanded responsibility assignments, and improved performance recognition systems that would increase employee engagement while strengthening operational capabilities and competitive positioning. Technology infrastructure modernization represented immediate opportunity for competitive advantage through enhanced service delivery capabilities and operational efficiency improvements that would reduce costs while improving client satisfaction and employee productivity. The technology investment strategy balanced immediate operational improvements with long-term strategic capabilities that would support growth acceleration and market leadership development. Competitive positioning analysis confirmed that operational excellence and strategic innovation could restore Zenith's market leadership position while creating sustainable competitive advantages that would protect against industry consolidation and technological disruption. The competitive strategy emphasized service quality differentiation and strategic value delivery that would attract premium clients while maintaining operational efficiency and profitability targets. The systematic implementation of operational improvements at Zenith Marketing Solutions demonstrated Sophia's commitment to evidence-based management and continuous enhancement that would generate measurable benefits for all stakeholders while establishing sustainable competitive advantage and market leadership position. Her improvement strategy balanced immediate operational enhancements with long-term strategic investments that would ensure continued success throughout market evolution and competitive pressure. Client service protocol enhancement represented the most visible and immediate improvement initiative that would strengthen relationships while demonstrating organizational commitment to operational excellence and strategic value delivery. The new service standards included enhanced communication procedures, systematic project management protocols, and proactive client engagement strategies that addressed previous concerns while creating competitive differentiation and client satisfaction enhancement. The project management system implementation provided systematic approaches to workflow coordination and quality assurance that would improve service delivery efficiency while reducing operational costs and enhancing client satisfaction level. The project management protocols included milestone tracking, resource allocation optimization, and performance measurement systems that would ensure consistent service quality while enabling strategic improvement and competitive positioning enhancement. Employee training and development programs addressed skill enhancement opportunities that would improve individual performance while strengthening organizational capabilities and competitive position. The training initiatives included strategic thinking, development, client relationship management enhancement, and technical skill advancement that would benefit employee career development while improving service delivery quality and organizational effectiveness. Technology system modernization provided immediate operational efficiency improvements while establishing foundations for future competitive advantage and strategic capability development. The technology investments included communication platform upgrades, project management system enhancement, and data analysis capability development that would improve operational effectiveness while enabling strategic decision-making and competitive intelligence gathering. Performance measurement and accountability systems provided systematic approaches to operational assessment and continuous improvement that would ensure sustained progress towards strategic objectives and competitive positioning enhancement. The measurement systems included client satisfaction, tracking, operational efficiency assessment, and financial performance monitoring that would enable proactive management and strategic adjustment implementation. Daniel Harrison's adaptation to the operational improvements revealed both professional capability and personal struggle with accepting direction from someone he had previously dismissed as professionally inadequate. His performance during implementation demonstrated technical competence while requiring ongoing management and guidance to ensure full compliance with new operational standards and strategic requirements. Sophia's strategic positioning initiatives for Zenith Marketing Solutions focused on rebuilding market reputation and competitive advantage through operational excellence and innovative service delivery that would attract premium clients while establishing sustainable differentiation from competitive alternatives. Her market recovery strategy leveraged the operational improvements to create compelling value propositions that addressed client needs while demonstrating organizational transformation and strategic capability enhancement. The market positioning strategy emphasized Zenith's combination of established industry experience and innovative strategic thinking that provided clients with comprehensive solutions and strategic value delivery. The positioning approach differentiated Zenith from larger competitors through personalized service and strategic flexibility, while competing effectively against smaller firms through operational excellence and analytical capability. Client acquisition initiatives included targeted business development campaigns that leveraged improved operational capabilities and strategic positioning to attract premium accounts and high-value engagement. The business development strategy focused on demonstrating operational transformation and strategic capability enhancement through successful client engagements and measurable results achievement. Industry recognition and thought leadership development provided platforms for establishing Sophia's professional reputation and organizational credibility while creating competitive advantages through visibility and strategic positioning. The thought leadership strategy included industry publication contributions, conference speaking engagements, and professional association participation that would strengthen market position while building strategic relationships and business development opportunity. The competitive response to Zenith's operational transformation and market positioning initiatives validated Sophia's strategic approach while creating additional opportunities for market share capture and competitive advantage development. Competitor reactions included defensive positioning and service offering modifications that acknowledged Zenith's improved competitive capabilities while creating market opportunities for continued growth and strategic advancement. Strategic partnership development provided opportunities for capability enhancement and market expansion that would strengthen competitive positioning while creating additional revenue streams and strategic value delivery options. The partnership strategy included technology collaborations, specialized service alliances, and strategic referral relationships that would expand service capabilities while improving operational efficiency and client satisfaction level. The financial performance improvement resulting from operational enhancement and strategic positioning initiatives exceeded initial projections, while demonstrating the effectiveness of Sophia's management approach and strategic vision. The revenue growth and profit margin improvement validated her acquisition strategy, while providing resources for continued investment in competitive capabilities and strategic positioning enhancement. Sophia Martinez recognized that establishing sustainable authority at Zenith Marketing Solutions required demonstrating exceptional leadership capabilities that would earn genuine respect from employees while creating measurable improvements in organizational performance and competitive position. Her approach to leadership implementation emphasized collaborative decision-making and strategic vision rather than hierarchical power assertion, ensuring that her authority would be based on proven competence and strategic value rather than simply ownership position and financial control. The leadership philosophy Sophia implemented at Zenith emphasized empowerment and strategic thinking development among all employees, creating an organizational culture that valued innovation and analytical excellence, while maintaining accountability for performance results and client satisfaction. Her management approach included regular strategic planning sessions that engaged employees in problem-solving and opportunity identification, demonstrating her commitment to collaborative leadership while developing organizational capabilities that would strengthen competitive positioning and market advantage. Strategic communication protocols were established to ensure that all organizational stakeholders understood performance expectations and strategic objectives, while providing regular feedback about progress and achievement recognition. The communication framework included weekly departmental meetings, monthly performance reviews, and quarterly strategic planning sessions that maintained alignment between individual contributions and organizational goals, while creating opportunities for professional development and career advancement. Decision-making processes were restructured to emphasize data-driven analysis and strategic thinking, rather than subjective judgment or traditional approaches that had previously limited organizational effectiveness and competitive capability. Sophia's analytical framework included comprehensive market research, client feedback analysis, and competitive intelligence gathering that informed strategic decisions, while ensuring that operational improvements were based on evidence rather than assumptions or conventional wisdom. Employee development initiatives included enhanced training programs and mentorship opportunities that would strengthen individual capabilities while building organizational competence and competitive. The development strategy included industry certification support, leadership training programs, and strategic thinking workshops that would benefit employee career advancement while improving service delivery quality and client satisfaction level. Performance measurement systems were implemented to provide objective assessment of individual contributions and organizational progress towards strategic objectives and competitive positioning enhancement. The measurement framework included client satisfaction tracking, operational efficiency metrics, and financial performance indicators that enabled systematic improvement and strategic adjustment, while ensuring accountability for results achievement and professional development. Daniel Harrison's adaptation to Sophia's leadership approach revealed both professional potential and personal struggle with accepting direction from someone he had previously dismissed as lacking strategic capability and leadership potential. His performance during strategic planning sessions demonstrated analytical ability, while requiring ongoing coaching and guidance to develop collaborative approaches and strategic thinking that would contribute effectively to organizational improvement and competitive enhancement. The system enhancement of client relationships at Zenith Marketing Solutions provided immediate validation of Sophia's strategic approach while demonstrating the organizational improvements that would differentiate the firm from competitive alternatives and establish sustainable market advantage. Her client relationship strategy emphasized proactive communication and strategic value delivery that addressed client needs while creating opportunities for account expansion and referral generation through exceptional service quality and innovative problem solving. Client service protocol implementation included comprehensive needs assessment procedures and strategic planning processes that ensured service delivery alignment with client objectives and market positioning requirements. The enhanced service standards included regular strategy review meeting, proactive communication protocols, and systematic performance measurement that demonstrated organizational commitment to client success while creating competitive differentiation through operational excellence and strategic capability. The account management restructuring that Sophia implemented included cross-functional team coordination and strategic planning integration that would improve service delivery efficiency while enhancing client satisfaction and relationship depth. The team-based approach enabled comprehensive service delivery while developing employee capabilities and providing career advancement opportunities that would strengthen organizational competence and competitive position. Strategic value delivery initiatives included market research enhancement and competitive analysis expansion that would provide clients with superior strategic intelligence and decision-making support beyond traditional marketing services. The expanded service capabilities positioned Zenith as strategic partner rather than service provider, while creating revenue enhancement opportunities and competitive differentiation through analytical excellence and strategic insight delivery. Client feedback systems were implemented to provide systematic assessment of service satisfaction and improvement opportunities while demonstrating organizational commitment to continuous enhancement and strategic value delivery. The feedback protocols included regular satisfaction surveys, strategic review meetings, and improvement planning sessions that ensured client needs were addressed proactively while creating opportunities for service expansion and relationship strengthening. The client retention results during Sophia's first 6 months as Chief Executive Officer exceeded projections while demonstrating the effectiveness of operational improvements and strategic positioning enhancement. Several clients who had been considering alternative service providers chose to expand their engagements with Zenith based on improved service quality and enhanced strategic capability demonstration. Daniel Harrison's client interaction performance during this period revealed both technical competence and communication challenges that required ongoing development and supervisory guidance to ensure consistency with organizational service standards and client satisfaction objectives. His adaptation to enhanced service protocols demonstrated professional capability while highlighting areas for continued improvement and strategic thinking development. The implementation of operational excellence initiatives at Zenith Marketing Solutions generated measurable improvements, efficiency, and service quality that validated Sophia's strategic approach while creating sustainable competitive advantages through systematic process enhancement and technology optimization. Her operational strategy balanced cost reduction with capability enhancement to ensure that efficiency, improvement, strengthened rather than compromised service delivery quality and client satisfaction level. Process optimization initiatives included workflow analysis and procedure standardization that eliminated redundancies while improving coordination between departments and service delivery functions. The streamlined operational procedures reduced project completion times while enhancing quality, consistency, and client communication effectiveness, creating competitive advantages through superior service delivery and operational reliability. Technology infrastructure modernization provided immediate productivity improvements while establishing foundations for enhanced analytical capabilities and strategic decision-making support. The technology investments included project management system upgrades, communication platform enhancement, and data analysis capability development that improved operational effectiveness while enabling strategic intelligence gathering and competitive positioning. Advanced quality assurance programs were implemented to ensure consistent service delivery, while identifying improvement opportunities and best practice development that would strengthen competitive positioning and client satisfaction. The quality management system included systematic review procedures, performance measurement protocols, and continuous improvement processes that maintained service excellence while enabling strategic capability enhancement and competitive differentiation. Resource allocation optimization enabled more effective utilization of personnel and operational capabilities while reducing costs and improving project profitability. The resource management approach included capacity planning, skill development coordination, and strategic assignment protocols that maximized individual contribution while ensuring adequate support for client service delivery and strategic objective achievement. Performance measurement and continuous improvement systems provided ongoing assessment of operational effectiveness while identifying enhancement opportunities and strategic development priorities. The measurement framework included efficiency metrics, quality indicators, and client satisfaction tracking that enabled proactive management and strategic adjustment while ensuring sustained progress toward competitive advantage and market leadership position. The operational excellence achievements during Sophia's first year as Chief Executive Officer included 23% improvement in project completion efficiency, 18% reduction in operational costs, and 31% enhancement in client satisfaction rating. These results validated her strategic approach while providing resources for continued investment in competitive capabilities and market positioning enhanced. Sophia's financial management approach at Zenith Marketing Solutions focused on sustainable profitability improvement through operational efficiency enhancement and strategic positioning advancement, rather than cost reduction that might compromise service quality or competitive capability. Her financial strategy balanced short-term performance improvement with long-term strategic investment that would ensure continued competitiveness and market leadership throughout industry evolution and competitive pressure intensification. Revenue enhancement initiatives included strategic account development and service expansion that leveraged operational improvements to create additional value delivery opportunities and client engagement expansion. The revenue strategy focused on existing client relationship deepening while developing new account acquisition capabilities that would support sustained growth and market share advancement. Cost management programs emphasized efficiency improvement and resource optimization rather than expense reduction that might limit strategic capability or service quality. The cost optimization approach included process improvement, technology enhancement, and productivity development that reduced operational expenses while strengthening competitive positioning and strategic capability advancement. Profit margin improvement resulted from operational efficiency enhancement and strategic positioning advancement that enabled premium pricing while maintaining competitive advantage and client satisfaction. The profitability strategy included value-based pricing protocols and service differentiation that justified higher rates while delivering superior strategic value and client relationship satisfaction. Cash flow management improvements provided financial stability while enabling strategic investment and capability enhancement and market positioning advancement. The financial planning approach included systematic forecasting, resource allocation optimization, and investment prioritization that ensured adequate liquidity while supporting growth initiatives and competitive capability development. Investment strategy development included technology modernization, personnel development, and market positioning enhancement that would generate long-term competitive advantages and strategic capability advancement. The investment prioritization framework balanced immediate operational improvements with strategic capability development
that would ensure sustained competitiveness and market leadership positioning. The financial performance transformation achieved during Sophia's first 18 months as Chief Executive Officer included 42% improvement in profit margins, 36% increase in revenue per client, and 51% enhancement in cash flow stability. These results demonstrated the effectiveness of her strategic approach while providing resources for continued investment in competitive positioning and market leadership development. The strategic positioning initiatives that Sophia implemented at Zenith Marketing Solutions created sustained competitive advantages through operational excellence and innovative service delivery that differentiated the firm from both larger competitors and specialized alternatives within Boston's marketing industry.
Her competitive strategy emphasized strategic capability and analytical excellence rather than price competition that might compromise profitability or sustainable competitive advantage development. Market research and competitive intelligence systems provided comprehensive understanding of industry dynamics and competitor positioning that informed strategic decision-making, while identifying opportunities for competitive advantage development and market share advancement. The intelligence-gathering approach included systematic competitor analysis, client need assessment, and industry trend identification that enabled proactive strategic positioning and competitive response development. Service differentiation strategies included analytical capability enhancement and strategic planning integration that positioned Zenith as strategic partner rather than traditional service provider, while creating premium value propositions and competitive advantages. Sustainability. The differentiation approach emphasized strategic insight delivery and analytical excellence that would justify premium pricing while creating client loyalty and competitive protection. Thought leadership development included industry publication contributions and conference speaking engagements that established Sophia's professional reputation while creating visibility and credibility for organizational capabilities and strategic positioning. The thought leadership strategy included market research publication, strategic analysis sharing, and industry trend commentary that would strengthen competitive positioning while generating business development opportunities and strategic partnership possibilities. Strategic partnership development provided capability enhancement and market expansion opportunities that strengthened competitive positioning while creating additional revenue streams and service delivery options. The partnership strategy included technology collaborations, specialized service alliances, and strategic referral relationships that would expand competitive capabilities while improving operational efficiency and client satisfaction enhancement. Brand positioning enhancement included marketing strategy refinement and communication protocol improvement that would strengthen market recognition while creating competitive differentiation and client acquisition advantages. The brand development approach emphasized professional excellence and strategic capability that would attract premium clients while creating sustainable competitive advantages and market leadership position. The competitive positioning advancement achieved during Sophia's leadership included recognition as one of Boston's top marketing firms by industry publications, strategic partnership agreements with 3 major technology providers, and client acquisition from 5 direct competitors who chose Zenith based on superior strategic capability and service delivery excellence. Sophia's approach to organizational culture development at Zenith Marketing Solutions emphasized professional excellence and collaborative achievement rather than hierarchical authority that might limit innovation or strategic thinking development among employees. Her cultural enhancement strategy created an environment that valued analytical rigor and strategic innovation while maintaining accountability for performance results and client satisfaction achievement. Professional development programs included strategic thinking training and leadership capability development that would strengthen individual contributions while building organizational competence and competitive advantage. The development initiatives included industry certification support, analytical skill enhancement, and strategic planning training that would benefit employee career advancement while improving service delivery quality and organizational effectiveness. Mentorship and coaching systems provided ongoing support for employee development, while creating knowledge transfer mechanisms that would preserve organizational capability and strategic thinking advancement. The mentorship approach included cross-functional collaboration and strategic project assignment that would develop individual capabilities while strengthening organizational competence and competitive position. Performance recognition and career advancement opportunities created incentives for excellence while demonstrating organizational commitment to employee development and professional achievement. The recognition systems included performance-based compensation enhancement, strategic project leadership assignments, and professional development support that would retain talented employees while improving organizational capabilities and competitive advantage. Collaborative decision-making processes included employees in strategic planning and problem-solving activities that would develop organizational capability while ensuring that strategic decisions reflected comprehensive analysis and innovative thinking. The collaborative approach included departmental strategic planning, cross-functional project teams, and improvement initiative development that would strengthen organizational competence while creating employee engagement and professional satisfaction. Workplace culture enhancement included communication improvement and collaboration protocol development that would create positive working environments while supporting professional development and strategic achievement. The cultural development approach emphasized mutual respect and professional excellence that would attract talented employees while creating sustainable competitive advantages through organizational capability and strategic thinking advancement. Daniel Harrison's professional development during this period included strategic thinking training and leadership coaching that demonstrated both improvement potential and ongoing challenges, with accepting guidance from someone he had previously dismissed as professionally inadequate. His participation in development programs revealed analytical capability, while requiring continued support to develop collaborative approaches and strategic thinking that would contribute effectively to organizational success and competitive advancement. Sophia Martinez's transformation of Zenith Marketing Solutions attracted significant attention throughout Boston's business community, as industry observers recognized the remarkable turnaround that had been achieved through strategic leadership and operational excellence. The firm's evolution, struggling mid-sized agency to competitive market leader, provided compelling evidence of Sophia's analytical capabilities and management expertise, while establishing her reputation as one of the region's most effective business strategists and organizational development professionals. The Boston Business Journal featured Zenith's transformation as their cover story in the quarterly review of regional business achievements, highlighting the systematic approach that had generated measurable improvements in client satisfaction, operational efficiency, and financial performance within 18 months of ownership transition. The article detailed the strategic initiatives that had differentiated Zenith from competitive alternatives while creating sustainable competitive advantages through innovation and analytical excellence, rather than traditional cost reduction or market consolidation approach. Industry recognition extended beyond local publications as national marketing trade publications began documenting Sophia's methodologies and strategic framework as examples of effective turnaround management and competitive positioning enhancement. The case study analysis revealed the comprehensive nature of her operational improvements, while demonstrating the strategic thinking and analytical rigor that had enabled successful transformation of organizational culture and market positioning within highly competitive industry conditions. Professional associations throughout New England began requesting Sophia's participation in conference panels and strategic planning workshops, where her insights about organizational transformation and competitive positioning would benefit other business leaders facing similar challenges. Her speaking engagements provided platforms for sharing strategic methodologies while establishing thought leadership credentials that strengthened Zenith's market positioning and created additional business development opportunities through visibility and professional recognition. The Massachusetts Technology Council recognized Sophia's achievements, with their annual Innovation and Business Strategy Award. Acknowledging her successful integration of analytical excellence with operational improvement that had created measurable competitive advantages and sustainable market positioning. The recognition ceremony provided additional visibility while validating her strategic approach and management capabilities to potential clients and strategic partners throughout the region. Client testimonials and case study documentation provided objective evidence of the transformational impact that Sophia's leadership had achieved, while demonstrating the practical value of her strategic methodologies and operational improvement initiative. Multiple clients reported significant enhancements in strategic planning support and service delivery quality that had exceeded their expectations, while generating measurable improvements in their own business performance and competitive position. Daniel Harrison observed these achievements with growing recognition that his previous assessments of Sophia's capabilities had been fundamentally incorrect, while acknowledging the professional development and strategic thinking that he had failed to appreciate during their personal relationship. His daily exposure to her leadership capabilities and strategic decision-making provided ongoing evidence of the analytical excellence and management competence that had enabled her remarkable career transformation and business achievement. Solutions achieved under Sophia's leadership created opportunities for strategic partnerships with leading technology companies and specialized service providers that would expand competitive capabilities while generating additional revenue streams and market positioning advantage. Her approach to partnership development emphasized collaborative value creation rather than traditional vendor relationships that might limit strategic flexibility or competitive differentiation opportunity. Technology integration partnerships with leading software development companies provided Zenith with advanced analytical capabilities and service delivery enhancements that strengthened competitive positioning while creating cost efficiencies and operational advantage. The partnership agreements included collaborative development projects that would benefit both organizations while positioning Zenith as innovation leader within the regional marketing industry and establishing sustainable competitive advantages through technology excellence. Strategic alliance development with complementary professional service firms created comprehensive solution capabilities that would attract larger client engagements while providing revenue enhancement opportunities and competitive differentiation. The alliance framework included coordinated service delivery protocols and strategic planning integration that would ensure seamless client experiences while maximizing the value proposition and competitive advantages that could be achieved through collaborative partnership approaches. Partnership development with leading business schools and research institutions provided access to cutting-edge analytical methodologies and strategic thinking frameworks that would strengthen Zenith competitive capabilities while creating thought leadership opportunities and professional development resources. The academic collaborations included research project participation and case study development that would advance industry knowledge while establishing Zenith reputation for innovation and analytical excellence. International partnership opportunities emerged as multinational corporations recognized Zenith's analytical capabilities and strategic expertise for market expansion and competitive positioning initiatives that required sophisticated strategic planning and implementation support. The international engagements provided revenue enhancement opportunities while demonstrating the scalabilities and transferabilities of Sophia's strategic methodologies and operational improvement frameworks across different markets and competitive environments. Industry association leadership positions provided additional platforms for strategic influence and thought leadership development while creating business development opportunities and competitive positioning advantages through visibilities and professional recognition. Sophia's participation in association governance and strategic planning activities demonstrated her commitment to industry advancement while establishing professional relationships that would benefit Zenith strategic positioning and market development initiative. The partnership development achievements during Sophia's second year as Chief Executive Officer included strategic alliances with 4 leading technology companies, collaborative agreements with 6 complementary service providers, and international engagement contracts with 3 multinational corporations. These partnerships validated Zenith's competitive capabilities while providing sustainable revenue enhancement and strategic positioning advantages that would support continued growth and market leadership development. Sophia's strategic positioning initiatives and operational excellence achievements at Zenith Marketing Solutions generated competitive pressure that forced established market leaders to respond defensively while creating opportunities for market share advancement and competitive displacers. Superior service delivery and analytical capabilities. Her competitive strategy emphasized strategic value creation rather than price competition that might compromise profitability or sustainable competitive advantage. Market research analysis revealed that Zenith's enhanced capabilities and service quality improvements had begun attracting clients from larger competitors who were unable to match the combination of personalized service and analytical excellence that Sophia's team could provide. The client acquisition successes included several prominent accounts that had previously been considered unattainable due to existing relationships with established market leaders and competitive disadvantages in scale and resource availability. Competitive response analysis indicated that several established firms had begun modifying their service offerings and operational approaches in response to Zenith's market positioning and competitive advantages. The defensive reactions included price reduction initiatives and service enhancement programs that acknowledged Zenith's competitive impact while creating market opportunities for continued advancement and strategic positioning enhancement through innovation and analytical excellence. Positioning advantages that Zenith had developed through operational improvement and analytical capability enhancement proved difficult for competitors to replicate due to the systematic nature of the improvements and the cultural transformation that had been achieved through organizational development. The sustainable competitive advantages provided protection against competitive pressure while creating opportunities for continued market share advancement and strategic positioning enhancement. Business development successes included contract awards for several high-profile strategic planning engagements that had been competitively bid against larger firms with extensive resources and established client relationships. The competitive victories validated Zenith's analytical capabilities and strategic expertise while demonstrating that superior strategic thinking and service delivery quality could overcome traditional competitive disadvantages in scale and market positioning. Industry recognition of Zenith's competitive achievements included acknowledgement from trade publications and professional associations that the firm had become one of the most respected strategic consulting practices in the New England region. The recognition validated Sophia's strategic approach while creating additional business development opportunities and competitive positioning advantages through visibility and professional credibility enhancement. The competitive displacement achievements during Sophia's tenure included successful client acquisition from 5 major competitors, recognition as preferred strategic partner by 3 Fortune, and establishment of market leadership position and analytical consulting services within the Boston metropolitan area. These successes demonstrated the effectiveness of her strategic approach while providing validation of the comprehensive organizational transformation that had been achieved through systematic improvement and analytical excellence. The financial performance achievements at Zenith Marketing Solutions, under Sophia's leadership, exceeded all projections while demonstrating the effectiveness of strategic positioning and operational excellence in generating sustainable profitability and investment return. Her financial management approach balanced growth investment with profitability, opposition
to ensure that strategic initiatives were supported by adequate resources while generating superior returns for all stakeholders and investment partners. Revenue growth acceleration resulted from enhanced client retention rates, expanded service engagement levels, and successful new account acquisition that leveraged improved competitive positioning and service delivery capability. The revenue enhancement strategy included strategic account development initiatives and service expansion programs that maximized client relationship value while creating sustainable growth trajectories and competitive advantage preservation. Profit margin improvement reflected operational efficiency gains and strategic positioning advantages that enabled premium pricing while maintaining competitive advantage and client satisfaction level. The profitability enhancement approach included cost optimization initiatives and value-based pricing strategies that strengthened financial performance while supporting continued investment in competitive capabilities and strategic positioning advancement. Return on investment calculations. Sophia's acquisition and improvement initiatives demonstrated exceptional financial performance that validated her strategic approach while providing compelling evidence of the value creation that had been achieved through systematic organizational transformation and competitive position enhancement. The investment returns exceeded private equity industry benchmarks while providing sustainable competitive advantages and strategic positioning that would support continued financial performance improvement. Up next, you've got two more standout stories right on your screen. If this one hit the mark, you won't want to pass these up. Just click and check them out, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any upload from us.